In this video, we're going to describe principal roots and tells whether they are rational or irrational, determine between what two integers the square root of number is, estimate the square root of a whole number to the nearest hundredths, and plot irrational numbers on the number line. So today, we're going to recall that a rational number is expressed as a fraction or a decimal. So a rational number can be expressed as a fraction or a decimal. For example, 5. 5 could be expressed as 5 over 1, 10 over 2, 15 over 3. So this is 5 is a rational number. It could be expressed in decimal 5.0. So a rational number could also be a terminating. Terminating, ibig sabihin nagtatapos ng decimal. So 5.12 is a rational number. It could also be non-terminating, ibig sabihin hindi nagtatapos. However, it should be repeating. So 5.666666666 is also a rational number because it is a repeating non-terminating. Non-terminating, ibig sabihin hindi nagtatapos, and terminating kapag, and non-repeating kapag inuulit. A square root of a number is a number when multiplied to itself will give you the original number. For example, the symbol for a square root is like this, just like division. However, there is no number here on the left, so square root, this is square root. This is also equal to 2. Meron siyang 2. Number dito na 2. But usually, if it is square root, hindi na sinusulat yung 2. So, square root of 9. Anong number kapag i-times mo sa sarili niya? The answer is 9. That's the answer for square root. So, anong number kapag i-times mo sa sarili na 9 ang answer? So, that's positive 3. Because 3 times 3 is equal to 9. It could also be negative 3 because negative times negative is equal to positive. So positive negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. So in short, it is positive negative 3. Itong positive 3, negative 3, you could write as this one, positive negative 3. So that is for the square root. If the number doesn't have a square root, example, square root of 11, anong number pa kapag i-times mo sa sarili niya? The answer is it's 11. 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16. So there's no number, a whole number, which if you're going to multiply to itself, the answer is 11. Ibig sabihin yan, this number is an irrational number. So this is an irrational number. Ibig sabihin yan, ang square root nito is 3 or 3 point something, at itong something na dito hindi ito nagtatapos at hindi rin inuulit. Ibig sabihin iba't ibang number tapos hindi rin siya nagtatapos, so it's just continuous siya. So every positive number has 2 square roots. So every positive number has 2 square root. One is positive and one is negative. Just like for square root of 9, it is positive 3 and negative 3. Itong positive 3, that is the principal root. So principal root is the positive one. So if another example, the square root of 0 is always 0. It's neither positive nor negative. So only 0. Hindi siya positive, hindi rin siya negative. In addition, negative numbers, example, the square root of negative 1 is not a real number. So ibig sabihin there is no number that if you're going to multiply to itself, that's negative, because negative times negative is always positive. So walang number kapag i-times mo sa sarili niya, negative ang answer. So kapag negative ang nasa loob, the answer is actually an imaginary number. An imaginary number will be discussed to you in a higher grade level or a higher mathematics. So if the principal square root is irrational, the best you can do is to estimate its value. So for example, the square root illustrative example number 1, find the principal root of square root of 49. The principal root of square root of 49. So because we're looking for the principal root, ibig sabihin the positive only. So anong number kapag i-times mo sa sarili niya, the 49 is the answer. It's 7, because 7 times 7 is square root of And 7 times 7 is 49, so 7. So, for us to know, to be familiarized with the numbers na may square root, na irrational, or whole number, we're going to write here the perfect squares. Yung mga perfect squares are those numbers na kapag product siya ng number multiplied to itself. For example, 0. Because 0 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. So this is for 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. For this is 4. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 7 is 49. 8 times 8 is 64. 9 times 9 is 81. 10 times 10 is 100. 11, 121. For 12, it's 144, so on and so forth. So, ibig sabihin, ito lang sila ang may mga square root. So, square root of 16, square root na whole number, square root of 16 is 4, square root of 25 is 5, square root of 36 is 6, square root of 81 is 9, square root of 100 is positive 10 for that principal square root. For example, illustrative example number 2. Determine whether the principal root of square root of 17 is rational or irrational. So if we're going to look in here, walang 17. So because there is no 17, ibig sabihin the square root is an irrational. 16, kapag 16, because the square root of 16 is 4, ibig sabihin it's a rational number. Pero kapag wala dyan, ibig sabihin it's an irrational number. Ibig sabihin ang square root niya is a number na hindi nagtatapos and hindi rin inuulit. So for 17, square root of 17 is equal to 4.123105626. May karugtong pa yan actually. So that is the square root of 17. Ibig sabihin hindi siya inuulit yung mga numbers. Tapos, hindi rin siya nagtatapos. In the calculator, it's only until 26. However, it is still, may mga numbers pa yan nakarugtong. So, for next example, illustrative example number 3, between which two consecutive integers does square root of 6 lie? So, square root of 6, we're going to find out where is, saan mo makikita yung square root of 6. So, square root of 6 lies between hanapin mo dito kung saan siya dito yung 6. So, 6 is actually between 4 at saka 9. So, because it is between 4 at saka 9, ibig sabihin, ang square root of 6 is between 2 and 3. So, 2 and 3. Square root of 6, 2 and 3. Another example, look for the two consecutive integers where square root of 90 lies. Square root of 90, because it's 90, hanapin mo dyan, saan dito si 90. So, 90 is between 81 at saka 100. Very good. So, ibig sabihin ng square root of 90 is between 9 at saka 10. So, it is important for us to know saan siya in between for us to identify or to easily find the estimation. Because now, we're going to estimate for a square root of 75 na. For now, we're going to estimate. So, but before that, we're going to identify saan ba ang square root of 75. So, square root of 75 is between, dito, 75 is between 64 at saka 85. So, it's between 8 and 9. Very good. So, it's between 8 and 9. So, for us now to our estimation, in order for us to estimate the square root of 10, diba? Square root of 10, it is not, we're going to look for the square root of 10. But however, we know that 10 is not the perfect square because it's 9 lang at saka 16. So, ibig sabihin, ang square root of 10, it's an irrational number. Ibig sabihin yan, ang square root niya is hindi nagtatapos at saka hindi rin inuulit. However, we know that square root of 10 is between, ang 10 is between 9 at saka 16. 9, diba? At saka 16 siya. Sa gitna siya ng 9 at saka 16. So, ibig sabihin yan, sa gitna siya ni 3 at saka ni 4. Ang square root of 10. 3 at saka 4. So, what's next is, kasi i-estimate natin siya to the nearest hundredth. So, ibig sabihin yan, we're going to look for its square root. na between may dalawang decimal point lang. So the first thing you're going to do is to copy yung mas maliit na number. So we are quite sure na it's 3 point something. Kasi yun ang mas maliit. So 3 point something. Next is, kasi mas malapit ang, di ba, this is 9, this is 16. Dahil mas malapit siya sa 9, ibig sabihin yan, mas maliit na number. So, ang karugtong dito is either 1, 2, 3, 4. Kasi mas malapit siya sa 9. Kasi kung mas malapit naman siya sa 16, halimbawa kung 15 ito siya, so it's either ng karugtong dito, ang isusulat nating number is 8, 7, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Pero mas malapit ang 10 sa 9, ibig sabihin, we're going to put 1. It's a matter of trial and error. I-try natin 3.1. So, ibig sabihin, 3.1, i-times natin sa sarili niya. So, 3.1. So, 3.1 times 3.1 is equal to 1, 3, 3, 9. So, 961. So, 3.1 malapit siya sa 10. However, we'll try 3.2. Baka mas malapit ang 3.2. We're going to look for yung product na malapit sa 10. Yung mas maliit, tapos mas malapit. So, 2 times 2, 4, 6, 6, 9. So, 4, 2, carry 1, 10. So, ito siya, lumampas na siya ng 10. So, we're not going to consider this one because it's greater than 10. Mas malaki siya sa 10. So, ibig sabihin, ito ang i-consider natin, 9.61. So, ibig sabihin, 3.1. Kasi di ba 3.1 dito? So, kasi 3.2, mas lampas na siya. So, the next thing we're going to do is, dito na naman. We're going to find or to look for numbers through trial and error ulit. Times natin siya ng times mag-try ka ng maglagay dito ng number. Times sa sarili niya. So, example, we're going to write 5. So, 3.15 times 3.15. So, if you're going to multiply it, 5 times 5, 25, carry 2. 5 times 1, 7, 15, 5, 1, 3, 15, carry 1, 4, 9. So, 5, 2, 2, carry 1. So, that's 9. So, 9.9225. So, 9.9225. So, malapit rin siya sa 10. However, baka mas malapit ang 3.16. So, you're going to multiply it. But, since I have calculator to lessen the time, 3.16 times 3.16, it's 9.9856. So, 3.16 is 9.9856. Let's try 3.17. 3.17. So, 3.17 times 3.17, it's more than 10. So, ibig sabihin yan, dito, this is itong pinakamalapit na estimate. So, this is the nearest estimate to the square root of 10. So, square root of 10 is approximately equal to 3.16. So, just like our answer, 3.16. So, what you're going to do again is you're going to identify kung saan siya in between. So, it's the between integers. So, 3 at saka 4 ang square root of 10. Tapos, piliin mo yung mas maliit. Trial and error ka, maglagay ka ng isa mo ng number after the decimal point, times mo sa sarili niya, tapos mag-try ka na naman ng another number kapag mas malapit doon. So, you're going to choose yung mas maliit sa 10 or mas maliit doon sa number na malapit. So, it's in here, 10. So, mas malapit ito, mas maliit ang 9.61 at saka mas malapit siya. So, ibig sabihin, we're going to have 3.1. So, again, add another number. So, dito 5 ang nilagay natin. So, 3.15 times 3.15 is 9.9225. However, we try 3.16, it's 9.9856. We try also 3.17, it's 10.04. So, ang pinakamalapit na mas maliit is 9.9856. So, that's our estimate for the square root of 10. Sorry for that. Next, square root of 45. So, square root of 45 for illustrative example number 6, square root of 45. So, square root of 45 is equal to, nasa gitna siya ni 36 at saka ni 49. So, ibig sabihin, nasa gitna siya ni 6 at saka ni 7. It's between ang 45, 36 at saka 49. So, 6 at saka 7. So, ibig sabihin, ang square root nito is 6 point something. Mas malapit siya sa 49. So, it could be probably mas malaki siya na number. So, let's try dito. Let's try 7. 6.7 times 6.7 is equal to 44.89. So 44.89. So let's try 6.8. 6.8. 6.8. It's 46.24. 46.24. Ibig sabihin, mas maliit ang pipiliin natin kasi lampas na ito siya ng 45. So we're going to choose 6.7. Next, anong karugtong ni 7? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to look for that. Let's try 6.71 times 6.71. 6.71 squared is equal to 45.0241. We'll try 6.72. 6.72. So 6.72 squared is equal to 45.1584. So lampas na siya. Ito siya. Mas malapit siya actually. But we'll try 6.70 times 6.70. 6.70 squared, which is equal to, it's 44.89. So actually, mas malapit ito siya. However, if the rule na mas maliit, it's 44.89. So, and this one, they choose 6.71 because it's estimate only. So, 6.71. So, mas malapit kasi siya. But actually, if I'm going to choose, it's also, you could also have it for 6.70. So, 6.71 dito sa atin. But you could also have 6.70 kasi nga mas maliit at saka mas malapit. So, however, if you have calculator, you could solve it already, the square root. So, hanapin nyo lang yung itong ganitong function. So, hanapin nyo lang ganito. Yung ganito. Square root of 45 is equal to 6.78203932. So that's the square root of 45. So, diba 6.70 pwede siya 6.70, pwede rin siya 6.71, pero mas malapit ang 6.71. So we're going to have now irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are numbers that are non-repeating and non-terminating. Ibig sabihin, hindi nagtatapos, hindi rin inuulit. For example, is square root of 45. So, we're going to plot in the number line square root of 3, square root of 23, at square root of 48. So, the first thing you're going to do here is you're going to estimate. So, square root of 3, square root of 23 is 4.80 at saka square root of 48 is 6.93. So again, you're going to find the estimate muna. So using estimation na ginawa natin dito sa taas, we find na ang square root of 3 is 1.73, square root of 23 is this one, square root of 48 is this one. So after finding that, we're going to put that on the number line because that's the instruction. So plot that in the number line. So in here, nakasulat, and we plot it in here. So 1.73 because it's 1.73. Ibig sabihin, pagkatapos ni 1, what you're going to do is divide 10 by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So because we're just going to estimate, so medyo mahirap i-divide ito by 10. So 1.73, so bilangin nyo, di ba 3 is 7 pala. So after dividing it by 10, bilangin nyo ka 7. So this is the 7th line. Kasi may 3, lampas siya ng 3. So, lampasan mo rin siya ng kaunti. So, this is 1.73. So, we'll have now 4.80. So, 4.80, divide this by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 9, 10, it's ika-8 siya. 1 na ika-9. So, 4.80. Dito, square root of 48 is 6.93. So, divide 6 to 7 by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 9, 10. So, 6.93, 9. This is 9. Pagkatapos 9, 9. So, square root of 48 is nandito siya. So, square root of 48. So, next after that is we're going to plot the following points on the number line. Square root of 7. Square root of 7, if using the estimation, or you could have that estimate, but because this is video, so mas mataas kung isosolve pa natin. So, 2.65. So, we're going to use calculator only. So, square root of 38. 6.16. Square root of 43. 6.56. Square root of 92. 9.59. Square root of 105. It's 10.25. So we did it with rounding off. So hanapin natin. So we'll have this 105 muna. So it's 10.25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 9, 10. So pagkatapos siya ni 2, so 5. So ito siya. So letter E, this is letter E. So 9.59. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So pagkatapos siya ni 5. So because it's 59. So this is the dot. So 6.56. So divide mo by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 56. Pagkatapos siya ni 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Ito dito siya. So this is for C. 6.16 ang isa, 6.16. So, dito siya. Pagkatapos ni 1, ito si B. Tapos, 2.65. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bilangin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, pagkatapos ni 6, dito si A. So, that's how you're going to plot points or rational points on a number line.